What is up, guys? Everything Fish here, doing another contest entry today. This time it's for garnaal038's. He's having a 200 subscriber contest, so shout out to him right now. Thanks for hosting this, bro. Awesome contest, awesome prizes, and you guys should go check out his channel right now, or when you're done watching this video. If you haven't, he's got an awesome planted tank, great channel, so just go check him out. So pretty much he wants us to do a video about our tank setup and how we got into the hobby and what we're doing with it. So I actually don't want to go around showing each one of my tanks because in this video it would probably stretch like 15 minutes. And I actually just did a contest entry for that. So I'm just going to talk about each of my tanks, and if you guys want to see each one separately, I'll put a link in the description to each of my tanks in some type of video, if I remember to do that. So pretty much I've got a 6 tank setup, 7 tanks if you count a bin on the floor full of water that I take care of. I've got a 30 tall, which is a tropical community. Yeah, it's got an Akara, a Gourami, Molly, angelfish, Cory cat, stuff like that. I've got a 75 gallon, which right now is a primarily catfish tank. It's got a yellow bullhead, a striped Raphael catfish, a Gibiceps pleco, some giant danios, and I'm saving some space in there for some other fishes. Also got a 14 gallon quarantine bin next to my 75 gallon, which has 5 emerald shiner minnows. I've got in quarantines that will be going in that tank once they're out of quarantine. I can show you guys the tanks in this room, I guess. Also got this, which is my 30 gallon long. It's got 4 creek chubs and a green sunfish. Creek chubs are one of my favorite fish just because, look at this. See if I can get them to come up. They got tons of personality. They were doing it more before than they are now. They all already hand feed. I've only had them since Sunday. Then I've got this, which is a 20 gallon tall. It's my native riffle tank. Got some darters, pug-nosed minnow, and the bluefin killifish in it. And then back over to the tank that I was talking at for most of the video. This is another 20 gallon tall. It's a grow out tank. These fish are definitely not staying here forever. It's got 3 juvenile yellow perch. Their smallest one's about 1.5 inches, biggest one's almost 2 inches. 3 of them in here, tons of personality. Great fish. They'll be going in my 75 gallon eventually, and then I'll be breeding something in here. Then I've also got a 2 gallon on my back deck, which I am breeding feeder snails in for my darters, because darters love snails. So yeah, pretty much how I got into the hobby was a big fisherman since I was about 10 or 11, doing it seriously. And just one night I was up fishing on Erie casually before I really got into it, and I caught a white bass, and just seeing how awesome that fish was and everything about it just pretty much inspired me to take off my fishing career, and it inspired me to want to keep fish in aquariums. And I didn't keep native fish until actually a few months ago, and I've already got 3.5 technically, because one of my tanks is a half native. 3.5 native tank set up already. So yeah, I think I'm taking off with this hobby pretty good. I've been keeping fish since I was 13. Started in fall 2012 with a 30 tall. And actually, my only tank was that 30 gallon tall until January of this year when I got my 75 gallon. And then shortly after, I got my 20 tall. And then I set up a 30 long, and then I set up another 20 tall, and then I set up that bin, and then I set up a snail breeding tank. So I set up 5 tanks this year in a few months, which is pretty incredible. So yeah, this is my fish room we're in now, my semi-fish room. Because I don't have a full fish room to myself because my basement is not ready for it yet. When it is, that will be my fish room. But right now, my dining room, we don't really use it much other than on holidays. So I've got 3 of my 6 tanks in here. They're all my native tanks, so it's easy to keep track of them when they're all in one room. So yeah, and I really love this hobby. Keeping fish is awesome. I do not know what I'd do without it. It's amazing watching these awesome creatures just swim around in the tank and interact with you. So yeah, that's pretty much my contest entry. Yellow perch yawn, got it on footage. Been wanting to do that for a while. You can see how big their mouth are there. Things are gonna get like 14 inches, I'm hoping. Yeah, that was my entry. I'm also putting you, garnaal038's, in my featured channeled list because your channel is awesome and I get an extra name in the bowl, hopefully. Lies. But yeah, you're in my featured channel list. This is my entry. Give you a shout out. So yeah, thanks for hosting this contest, bro, and see you guys next time.